Hey everyone, and welcome back to the NOSR Webs podcast. Make sure you check out the amazing offers linked in the description below. You won't want to miss them. All right, now let's get down to business. Today, we're not just talking Shopify.
No.
We're going behind the velvet rope of Shopify Enterprise.
Ooh.
The platform flexing its muscles behind some of the biggest brands on the planet.
Yeah, we're talking the big leagues. Kylie Cosmetics, Fashion Nova, even Heinz. These aren't exactly your corner store operations.
Not even close.
Yeah.
And the numbers we dug up, let's just say they left us speechless. Shopify's checkout process boasts a conversion rate up to 36% higher than its rivals.
Whoa.
I mean, talk about a mic drop moment.
Yeah.
And hold on to your hats, folks, because they can handle a mind-boggling 40,000 checkouts every minute. Seriously, how's that even physically possible?
It's the magic of cloud computing in sauce, my friend. These technologies have rewritten the rules of enterprise commerce. Today's businesses need platforms that can scale faster than a rocket, and Shopify Enterprise delivers that in spades.
Okay, let's break this down for our listeners. Why is Shopify Enterprise such a titan in the e-commerce world? What sets it apart from the Shopify we mere mortals use?
Well, for starters, it's designed specifically for businesses that are practically bursting at the seams with growth. We're talking about companies already raking in serious dough and needing a platform that can not only keep up, but also fuel that growth.
Like rocket fuel.
Exactly. It's like having a personal trainer for your online business.
So if you're an entrepreneur with dreams bigger than Bezos, Shopify Enterprise should definitely be on your radar.
Absolutely. Over 10,000 enterprise merchants around the globe are already reaping its benefits, and it's become a major cash cow for Shopify itself.
Makes sense. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Their checkout process is legendary in the e-commerce world.
Oh, yeah.
What makes it so darn good, and why are their conversions through the roof?
Well, there are a few secret ingredients in their sauce. First Shop Pay, their one-click checkout option, is a total game changer. It can boost conversion rates by up to 50% compared to those old-school guest checkouts. It's like the express lane to purchase heaven.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me they can almost double sales just by making checkout smoother? That's practically witchcraft.
It's the power of convenience, my friend. They've removed all the friction making buying as easy as clicking a button, and we all know how much everyone loves clicking buttons. Plus, they've got this massive identity network with over 100 million users. So when someone's ready to check out, their info is often already pre-filled and waiting for them. Talk about a VIP experience.
That makes sense. 4 times faster than guest checkouts.
Right.
No wonder people are hitting that buy button like it's going out of style.
Yeah.
But speed isn't everything, right? What about reliability? Can they actually handle the pressure when things get crazy, like during a Black Friday sale?
Oh, absolutely. Shopify processes about 10% of all US e-commerce, which is a colossal chunk of the online shopping pie.
Like taking a bite out of the whole thing?
Yeah. That's like saying they're responsible for every 10th package delivered in America.
And they handle it like a boss. Remember that Black Friday a while back? Shopify effortlessly processed a cool $7.5 billion in sales in a single day. Talk about flexing some serious processing muscle.
It's a digital weightlifting championship, and Shopify takes home the gold every time. And that kind of reliability builds trust with customers, you know. When they know a site can handle the heat, they're more likely to open their wallets.
Trust is the currency of the online world, and Shopify Enterprise seems to have a vault overflowing with it. Speaking of wallet, we know Shopify Enterprise is a beast when it comes to performance and reliability. But what about the bottom line? Are businesses actually seeing a return on their investment? Because at the end of the day, that's what matters most.
But absolutely, the numbers don't lie. We're talking impressive figures here. The average order value for B2B transactions on Shopify Plus is a whopping $465.
Wow.
Their conversion rate's 1.4% higher than the industry average. And hold on tight because the average revenue per customer is over $2,000 every single month.
So basically, businesses using Shopify Enterprise are swimming in a pool of cash. Yeah. And they're keeping their customers grinning from ear to ear too, right? Because their customer retention rate is sky high, over 90%.
That's right. They've cracked the code on revenue, conversions, and customer loyalty. It's the trifecta of e-commerce success.
It's like they're winning all the gold medals. So what's the magic formula? Is it just the slick checkout and the ability to scale Mount Everest? Or is there more to it? What's the tech behind this digital wizardry?
It's a potent cocktail of factors, really. Shopify Enterprise boasts a 99.99% uptime guarantee, meaning your store is virtually always open for business.
So it's like it never closes.
Yeah, it's like having a storefront that never sleeps except maybe for a quick power nap during leap years.
That peace of mind is priceless, especially when you're dealing with more traffic than Times Square on New Year's Eve. But can it really handle anything you throw at it? Like a million customers all trying to buy the same limited edition unicorn sweater at once.
It's built for exactly that. Shopify Enterprise can process over 10,000 transactions per minute and manage peak loads of over 500,000 visitors simultaneously, all while effortlessly juggling up to 100 stores within a single organization.
It's like they built this platform to laugh in the face of any challenge you can dream up.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, with all this power and sophistication, it must cost a fortune, right? Like a small island in the Caribbean kind of fortune.
You might be pleasantly surprised. The pricing is actually quite reasonable, starting at a cool $2,000 per month.
Okay.
Or a tiny 0.25% of monthly revenue, capped at a still reasonable $40,000 per month.
Okay, that's not exactly pocket change. But considering the potential to make it rain profits, it seems like a pretty solid investment.
Yeah.
It's like getting a Lamborghini for the price of a Toyota Corolla.
Exactly. Most businesses see a return on their investment within 6 to 12 months of launching on the platform. And here's the kicker. The total cost of ownership is a jaw-dropping 40–60% lower than those clunky old-school enterprise platforms. It's like getting a discount just for being savvy.
So not only is it powerful enough to launch a rocket, but it can actually save you a boatload of cash compared to those traditional dinosaurs. I'm starting to see why businesses are flocking to Shopify Enterprise like moths to a digital flame.
It's a no-brainer, really. And they're not just saving money, they're saving time, too. The average implementation time is a mere 3 to 4 months, which is like warp speed in the enterprise world.
Okay, we've established that Shopify Enterprise is making some serious waves in the e-commerce ocean. But just how vast is their empire? What kind of footprint are they leaving on the digital landscape?
Well, buckle up, because they currently command a 25% market share in the enterprise e-commerce platform arena. And get this, they're growing at a staggering rate of 126% year over year in enterprise merchant acquisition. That's like a growth spurt on steroids.
I knew those numbers were impressive, but wow. And I read somewhere that they process over $543 billion in total merchandise value annually. That's more than the GDP of some countries. Are they practically ruling the world of online shopping?
They're definitely a force to be reckoned with. And their reach is global, folks. They're available in over 175 countries, support over 20 languages, and handle over 133 currencies. It's like the United Nations of e-commerce.
So they're practically everywhere. It's like the sun never sets on the Shopify Enterprise empire. But are they dominating every single industry, or do they have some favorite playgrounds?
They're making their mark across the board, but they're especially strong in the fashion and apparel world, where they strut a stylish 29% market share. Health and beauty come in a close second at 24%, and the food and beverage industry is also feeling the Shopify love at 18%. Basically, if you want to sell something online, Shopify Enterprise has got you covered.
Makes sense. Those industries are all about the online brand experience and making those sales sizzle. But what about electronics? Surely they've got a decent grip on that market too, right?
They do indeed, holding a respectable 15% market share in the electronics realm. But what's really turning heads is their explosive growth in the B2B space. They're currently at 14%, but that number is climbing faster than a squirrel up a tree.
Fascinating businesses are finally realizing that they need to offer their business clients the same smooth online experience they give to regular consumers. It's like the velvet rope has been lifted for everyone.
That's exactly right. And Shopify Enterprise is perfectly positioned to cater to that growing demand. It's like they've got a VIP section for every type of business.
So we've covered performance conversion rates, costs, and market share. It's like a full-on Shopify Enterprise report card, and they're getting straight A's. But what about security? That's got to be a major concern for any business, especially those operating at the enterprise level. They're practically Fort Knox for data, right?
You hit the nail on the head. Security is absolutely paramount in this game, and Shopify Enterprise doesn't mess around when it comes to protecting your precious data. They're Level 1 PCI DSS compliant, SOC2 Type 2 certified, and GDPR compliant. That's like the security triple crown.
Okay, so they've ticked all the boxes when it comes to those data, security, and privacy regulations. But what about actual fraud prevention? How are they keeping those pesky cyber criminals at bay? Do they have a digital moat filled with alligators?
They've got a whole arsenal of defenses. They have these super advanced fraud prevention tools that have been shown to reduce fraud attempts by a whopping 60%. That's like having a digital security guard who can spot a fake ID from a mile away.
Peace of mind is priceless when you're running a large-scale operation, and it sounds like Shopify Enterprise has that covered. They've practically built an impenetrable fortress around your business.
They've truly thought of everything, creating a comprehensive platform that meets the needs of even the most demanding businesses. It's like the Swiss Army knife of e-commerce solutions.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, and it's clear that Shopify Enterprise is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
But let's gaze into our crystal ball for a moment. What's next for this e-commerce powerhouse? Are they just going to keep growing and eventually conquer the entire digital world?
Well, all signs point to continued growth, and that growth trajectory is looking like a rocket launch. Projections indicate they'll grow by a mind-blowing 45% annually through 2025, reaching a market share of 35%. They're basically on track to dominate the digital universe.
That's insane. They're showing no signs of slowing down.
Yeah.
What about their focus areas? Will they continue to spread their wings across all industries, or are they laser focused on specific targets?
They're definitely eyeing that booming B2B market. It's a goldmine of opportunity, and Shopify Enterprise is perfectly positioned to strike it rich. They're like the digital prospectors of the e-commerce world.
It's mind-blowing how much online shopping has transformed in just the last few years, and Shopify Enterprise is at the forefront of that evolution, leading the charge into the future. They're like the Lewis and Clark of e-commerce.
Couldn't have said it better myself. They're constantly innovating and evolving, which is the key to survival in this fast-paced, ever-changing digital jungle.
So we've covered a ton of information about Shopify Enterprise, from their checkout sorcery to their global domination plans. Can you give our listeners a quick recap of the key takeaways? What should they be walking away with after this deep dive?
Sure. The main takeaway is that Shopify Enterprise is a robust, reliable, and cost-effective platform that's powering a huge chunk of the e-commerce universe. They offer the best-in-class checkout conversion rates, insane scalability, and security features that would make Fort Knox blush. And their future, well, let's just say it's looking brighter than a supernova.
I think that sums it up perfectly. And if you're hungry for more, you can find links to some super helpful resources in the description below. It's like a digital buffet of Shopify Enterprise knowledge.
Definitely check those out. They're packed with info about Shopify Enterprise and all the amazing things it can do for your business. It's like a cheat sheet to e-commerce success.
And here's a thought to chew on before we move on. If Shopify is already handling 10% of US e-commerce today, imagine what that number could be in 5 years. They could be on track to become the Amazon of everything. It's going to be fascinating to watch their journey unfold.
I agree. They're a force of nature in the e-commerce world, and we can't wait to see what they do next. But before we dive into more Shopify awesomeness, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be exploring some real-world success stories of businesses that are using Shopify Enterprise to crush it online. It's truly remarkable how Shopify has shaken up the e-commerce landscape, especially for those big players in the enterprise space.
I know, right?
Who would have thought a platform that started by helping small businesses sell snowboards online would become the ultimate weapon for global giants? It's like David conquering Goliath with a shopping cart.
The ultimate underdog story, right? But it also highlights their incredible ability to adapt and innovate.
Yeah.
They spotted a gaping hole in the market for a truly agile and scalable enterprise e-commerce platform and seized the opportunity like a cheetah pouncing on its prey.
Exactly. And ever since they've been laser focused on delivering real value to those enterprise customers, they get that these big players have complex needs, and they've built a platform that can handle anything you throw at it, from juggling multiple stores to integrating seamlessly with all those fancy third-party systems. Yeah. It's like the ultimate e-commerce Swiss Army knife.
Speaking of integrations, one thing that really blew my mind while I was researching Shopify Enterprise was the sheer number of apps and tools they play nice with, over 6,000. It's like they've created this incredible ecosystem where businesses can not only survive, but thrive.
Right.
It's like the digital Amazon rainforest for e-commerce.
That's a key part of their master plan. They know they can't be everything to everyone, so they've built a platform that's incredibly open and adaptable. This allows businesses to customize their Shopify experience to perfectly suit their needs and leverage the best tools available. It's like building a custom Lego masterpiece for your business.
So it's like having a set of building blocks for your business.
Yep.
You pick and choose the apps and integrations that make the most sense for you, and voila, you've created a truly bespoke e-commerce solution tailored to your unique DNA. It's like having a digital tailor for your online store.
That's exactly it. And that level of flexibility is crucial for enterprise businesses, which often have those unique workflows and specific requirements. It's like fitting a square peg into a round hole, but in a good way.
Okay, we spent a lot of time gushing about all the incredible things Shopify Enterprise can do. But let's be real, there are always two sides to every coin. What are some of the potential downsides or challenges that businesses might stumble upon when using this platform?
That's a great question. While Shopify Enterprise has a treasure chest full of advantages, there are a few things to keep in mind. For one, it's a cloud-based platform, which means you're essentially placing your trust in Shopify's infrastructure and hoping their uptime is as reliable as a Swiss watch.
So if their servers decide to take an unexpected nap, your business goes down with them. Kind of like a digital domino effect?
Well, in theory, yes. But remember that 99.99% uptime guarantee we talked about? That's pretty darn impressive, like Olympic-level reliability. And they have multiple data centers and redundancy measures built in, so the risk of downtime is about as likely as winning the lottery twice.
Okay, so it's not exactly a deal breaker, but it's something to be aware of.
Right.
It's like having a backup generator for your business, just in case the power goes out.
Yeah.
What other potential bumps in the road should we be aware of?
Another thing to consider is that setting up and managing a Shopify Enterprise store can be a bit more complex than your typical basic Shopify store. It's a powerful platform with a lot of bells and whistles, so it takes a bit of expertise to unlock its full potential. It's like learning to fly a plane. You wouldn't just jump in the cockpit without any training, right?
So you're saying it's not something you just dive into head first without a plan and a bit of technical know-how. It's more like planning a moon landing than a quick trip to the grocery store.
Precisely. You'll likely need a dedicated team or an experienced partner to help you navigate the implementation and handle the ongoing management. It's like having a pit crew for your e-commerce race car.
That makes sense. And I'm guessing those costs can add up pretty quickly, especially if you're using a whole buffet of apps and integrations. It's like ordering everything on the menu at a fancy restaurant. Delicious, but potentially pricey.
You're absolutely right. It's important to factor in those costs when weighing the pros and cons of Shopify Enterprise. But as we mentioned earlier, the total cost of ownership is often lower than those traditional enterprise platforms, even with all the apps and integrations. It's like getting a luxury car for the price of a sedan.
So it's all about balancing the trade-offs. You gain a powerful and flexible platform, but need to invest in the expertise to manage it like a pro and be mindful of those potential costs. It's like anything worthwhile in life, you get out what you put in.
Exactly. But for businesses with serious ambitions to scale their e-commerce operations, Shopify Enterprise can be the magic key that unlocks a whole new world of possibilities. It's like upgrading from a horse and buggy to a supersonic jet.
It sounds like they've struck a perfect balance between power and user-friendliness, making enterprise-level e-commerce accessible to a wider range of businesses without skimping on the features and functionality that those big players demand. It's like they've democratized the world of e-commerce.
That's what makes them such a disruptive force in the industry. They're shaking things up and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Now we've talked about the pros and cons, the technical wizardry, the market impact. But what about the future? What trends are you seeing emerging in the world of enterprise e-commerce? And how is Shopify Enterprise positioning itself to stay ahead of the curve? Are they reading tea leaves, gazing into crystal balls, or something even cooler?
That's a great question. It's like trying to predict the next big fashion trend. It's always changing and evolving.
One of the most exciting trends we're seeing is the rise of what's called headless commerce.
Headless commerce. That sounds a bit ominous, like something out of a science fiction movie. What exactly does that mean? Are we talking about disembodied shopping carts roaming the internet?
Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Essentially, headless commerce is all about separating the front-end customer experience from the back-end e-commerce functionality. It's like separating the brain from the body, but in a good way, of course. This gives businesses more flexibility to create unique and engaging customer experiences across multiple channels without being limited by the constraints of a traditional e-commerce platform. It's like giving them a blank canvas and a set of magical brushes to create the ultimate online shopping experience.
Okay, so it's like decoupling the shopping cart from the website, right? Giving businesses more control over how and where they sell their products. It's like having a pop-up shop that can appear anywhere in the digital world.
That's a great way to put it. And Shopify Enterprise is embracing this trend with open arms, offering a whole suite of headless commerce capabilities. They allow businesses to connect their Shopify backend to any front-end experience, whether it's a website, a mobile app, a social media platform, or even a smart speaker. It's like having a universal adapter for the digital world.
So I could be scrolling through Instagram, see a pair of shoes that I absolutely must have, and buy them directly through the app, all powered by Shopify Enterprise behind the scenes. It's like magic.
Exactly. It creates a truly seamless and integrated shopping experience that customers will love. It's like shopping telepathy, you think it, and it appears in your shopping cart.
That's incredible. Headless commerce sounds like the future of online shopping, like the next frontier of e-commerce.
It's definitely gaining momentum, and Shopify Enterprise is in the driver's seat ready to lead the charge. But headless commerce isn't the only trend shaking things up. Personalization is becoming increasingly important in the e-commerce world. Customers now expect tailor-made experiences that cater to their individual needs and preferences. It's like having a personal shopper who knows your style better than you do.
So are we saying goodbye to those generic one-size-fits-all marketing campaigns? Is it all about personalization from now on?
Exactly. Businesses need to leverage data and analytics to truly understand their customers and deliver personalized content recommendations and offers that make them feel like VIPs. It's like having a secret weapon that helps you hit the bullseye every time.
And I'm guessing Shopify Enterprise has some tools up its sleeve to help businesses achieve this level of personalization. It's like having a magic wand that transforms your marketing into a personalized experience.
You bet. They offer a whole arsenal of features and integrations that empower businesses to personalize every aspect of the customer experience, from recommending products that perfectly match their style to sending targeted email campaigns that feel like handwritten notes. It's like having a mind-reading marketing guru on your team.
So they're covering all the bases, from personalization to headless commerce. But what about the mobile commerce revolution? That's been a major trend for years now. How is Shopify Enterprise adapting to this ever-growing mobile world? Are they building digital spaceships to reach those mobile shoppers?
Mobile optimization is at the top of their priority list. They offer mobile-first themes and templates, and their platform is designed to deliver a flawless mobile shopping experience that's as smooth as silk. It's like having a website that fits perfectly in the palm of your hand.
That's absolutely crucial. These days, everyone is practically glued to their phones doing more and more shopping on the go. If you want to stay ahead of the game, your e-commerce platform needs to be as mobile-friendly as a kangaroo.
Couldn't agree more. And let's not forget about the social commerce explosion.
Oh, right. People are discovering and buying products directly through social media platforms now. It's like having a shopping haul inside your Instagram feed.
Exactly. And Shopify Enterprise seamlessly integrates with those social media giants like Facebook and Instagram, allowing businesses to set up shop right within those platforms. It's like having a virtual storefront on every street corner of the digital world.
It's all about meeting customers, where they're making it easy and enjoyable for them to shop. And it sounds like Shopify Enterprise is doing an amazing job of staying ahead of these trends, surfing the wave of e-commerce innovation.
They're like the ultimate e-commerce surfers riding the wave of change with style and grace.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, from headless commerce to social media shopping, but let's get down to brass tacks. For businesses out there considering Shopify Enterprise, what's the bottom line? What are the key questions they should be asking themselves before taking the plunge?
Great question. I think it boils down to a few essential questions. First, what are your growth goals? Are you aiming for the stars or just taking a leisurely stroll through the e-commerce park? Second, what are your technical capabilities? Are you a tech whiz with a team of coding ninjas, or are you more comfortable with the drag and drop interfaces? And lastly, let's talk budget. What kind of resources are you willing to invest to achieve your e-commerce dreams?
Right. If you're a business with sky-high aspirations, a team of tech wizards, and a budget that allows you to play in the big leagues, then Shopify Enterprise is practically waving a giant welcome flag. It's like joining an exclusive club for e-commerce champions.
I wholeheartedly agree. It might not be the perfect fit for every business out there, but for those with the drive and resources to harness its power, Shopify Enterprise can be a game changer. It's like having a secret weapon in the battle for e-commerce domination.
Well, folks, we've taken you on a whirlwind tour of the Shopify Enterprise universe, exploring everything from its incredible features to its potential challenges, and even peering into the future of e-commerce trends. It's been an insightful journey, to say the least.
It's been a blast. We love geeking out about all things e-commerce, and Shopify Enterprise is definitely one of the most exciting platforms out there. It's like the Tesla of the e-commerce world, sleek, powerful, and always pushing the boundaries.
And speaking of exciting things, we're going to take a quick pause to refresh our digital palates. But don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll be diving into some real-world success stories, showcasing businesses that are using Shopify Enterprise to achieve incredible things online.
We'll be back in a flash with more e-commerce insights and inspiration.
Welcome back to the NOSR WebSAFs podcast. I'm still buzzing from all the amazing things we've learned about Shopify Enterprise. It's like we've been backstage at a rock concert for the biggest names in e-commerce.
It is fascinating to see how these companies are using this platform to achieve their goals, and it's not just those big-name brands either.
Right.
Shopify Enterprise is being used by businesses of all shapes and sizes, from startups to global giants across a whole spectrum of industries.
That's what makes it so compelling. It's a platform that grows with you, whether you're a scrappy startup with a vision that could change the world or a multinational corporation with a to-do list longer than a CVS receipt.
Absolutely. And speaking of success stories, I thought it would be fun to highlight a few specific examples of businesses that are absolutely crushing it with Shopify Enterprise. Get ready for some serious e-commerce inspiration.
Let's do it. I love a good success story. It's like a shot of espresso for your entrepreneurial spirit.
Okay, first up, let's talk about Allbirds.
Okay.
They're a sustainable footwear company that's become incredibly popular in recent years. They've built their brand around comfort, sustainability, and simplicity, and their online store reflects those values perfectly.
A huge fan of their shoes. Super comfy and stylish. And their website is so clean and easy to use. It's like walking on a cloud, both literally and digitally.
Exactly. And they're using Shopify Enterprise to power their entire e-commerce operation, from managing their products and fulfilling orders to providing top-notch customer service. It's like having an all-in-one command center for their online business.
So they're not just using it for the front-end customer experience, but for all the behind-the-scenes stuff too. It's like the engine that keeps their e-commerce machine running smoothly.
That's right, and it's working wonders for them. They've seen incredible growth in online sales since making the switch to Shopify Enterprise, and they've streamlined their operations to create a truly delightful customer experience. It's a win-win for everyone.
That's fantastic. Okay, I'm ready for another dose of e-commerce inspiration. Hit me with your next success story.
All right, how about Fashion Nova? They're a fast fashion brand that's become a social media sensation. They're known for their trendy styles, wallet-friendly prices, and influencer marketing campaigns that could make even the most skeptical shopper click buy now.
I've seen their ads everywhere on Instagram.
Yeah.
They've definitely cracked the code for social commerce success. It's like they have a direct line to my inner shopaholic.
I definitely know how to work the social media game. And behind the scenes, it's Shopify Enterprise handling the massive influx of orders they receive. Remember when we talked about Shopify processing a mind-blowing 40,000 checkouts per minute? I'm pretty sure Fashion Nova puts that to the test on a daily basis.
I bet they do. It's like a digital Black Friday every day at Fashion Nova.
Yeah.
But it's not just about handling the volume. They're also using Shopify's advanced analytics and reporting tools to track their performance and make data-driven decisions. It's like having a crystal ball that shows them exactly what's working and what needs a little tweaking.
You got data is the fuel that drives e-commerce success. You need to know what's resonating with customers, what's falling flat, and how to optimize your store to turn those browsers into buyers.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat for your final success story. Give me one last dose of e-commerce magic.
All right, let's wrap things up with Gymshark. They're a fitness apparel brand that's built a massive and loyal following among fitness enthusiasts around the world. They've created a community around their brand, and they're using Shopify Enterprise to power their global e-commerce empire. It's like they've built a digital gym where everyone is motivated to crush their fitness and business goals.
I've seen their workout gear all over social media. They've definitely tapped into a market that's passionate, engaged, and always looking for the next best thing in fitness apparel.
That's spot on. And they're using Shopify Enterprise to manage everything from tracking their inventory and shipping those orders around the globe to building those all-important customer loyalty programs that keep their fans coming back for more.
It's incredible to see how these businesses are using Shopify Enterprise as their secret weapon for online success. It's a testament to the power, flexibility, and scalability of this platform.
It really is, and I think we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with Shopify Enterprise. As more and more businesses embrace digital transformation, we're going to see even more innovative and game-changing uses of this platform emerge.
I can't wait to see what the future holds for Shopify Enterprise and the businesses that use it. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's bring it back to the present. What's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember about Shopify Enterprise?
If you're a business with big dreams and you're serious about scaling your e-commerce operations to reach a global audience, Shopify Enterprise is the platform that can help you get there. It's robust, it's reliable, and it's packed with features that can take your business to the next level.
Well said. And if you're ready to dive deeper into the world of Shopify Enterprise, don't forget to check out the links in the description below. We've curated a collection of resources that will give you all the information you need to take your e-commerce game to the next level.
Definitely check those out. They're packed with valuable insights and tips that can help you unlock the full potential of Shopify Enterprise for your business.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of Shopify Enterprise. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the platform's impressive capabilities to its potential challenges, and we've even explored some real-world success stories that will hopefully inspire you to take your own e-commerce business to new heights.
It's been an amazing journey, and we hope you've enjoyed learning about this game-changing platform as much as we have.
Before we sign off, we want to remind you about those amazing offers we mentioned at the beginning. Don't miss out on these exclusive deals. Head over to the description and click those links.
Happy shopping, everyone.
Happy shopping. And until next time, keep chasing those e-commerce dreams.